What's up guys, it's Toby here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we will report on two outgoing transfers that Liverpool completed on transfer deadline day and how Liverpool left out Bobby Duncan's controversial agent out of the deal to sell Bobby Duncan to Fiorentina for £2 million, and also we have a 20% sell-on clause in the contract, so if Bobby Duncan becomes a great player and he will be sold for like 10 million, for example, we get 2 million on top of the 2 million that we already got for him. And considering that Liverpool signed Bobby Duncan just 1.5 years ago from Manchester City's academy or youth team for just £200,000, this is a very good transfer fee. We actually 10 times got more money for him than we bought him for, but it makes me a little bit sad because he is a boyhood Liverpool fan. He is Steven Gerrard's cousin, and just 6 weeks ago Bobby Duncan fulfilled one of his lifelong dreams of playing for Liverpool in a pre-season game against Tranmere Rovers, making his debut and also scoring a goal for Liverpool. And this is what he shared on social media when that happened. A day I always dreamed of, making my Liverpool debut, a club that I've admired from a young boy and also supported all my life. Also delighted to top it off with a goal and a fantastic team performance. P.S. hope my bro Plo Gatzel has a speedy recovery. So I think that the agent has a big part to play in this, but I also think that Bobby Duncan maybe wanted to leave Liverpool as well, just to get more opportunities, because at the moment the road to the first team at Liverpool is really long, and maybe Bobby Duncan got a little bit impatient, but I think he got bad advice from the agent. But what do you think about this whole scenario, the way that Bobby Duncan's agent blew up this story of Liverpool bullying Bobby Duncan and keeping him against his will? I think it's a big load of nonsense. But the agent Sarif Ruby arrived in Italy on Monday with Bobby Duncan, and also they got a medical done in Rome, and that was the same facility where Arsenal midfielder Henrik Mkhitaryan got a medical done as well, and he got a loan offer from Roma which he accepted. So Mkhitaryan went to Roma on loan, also Chris Smalling went to Roma on loan. So quite a few weird transfers that you would normally see only on FIFA 19, but apparently these happened in real life. And also the agent shared a very weird post on social media after Bobby Duncan signed a contract, a 3-year contract for £2 million transfer fee with an option for a further 2 more years. And Liverpool don't have a buyback clause in the contract, which I think is important. And this is what Bobby Duncan's agent said in the Instagram post, where they are posing in the Fiorentina stadium with Bobby Duncan and the agent himself. This is what he said in a cryptic message: to be in the top 1%, you have to be prepared to do what 99% of the rest won't do. In my line of work, I know nobody even comes near. Not everything in life is black and white, and you have to be able to adapt and roll with the punches. Now Bobby Duncan has the opportunity to live and experience something not many young English players have done. That's what leaders do. We are not followers. Thanks to all the people who have supported me in this difficult period, means a lot. The joy of getting the job done makes all the struggle and doubt worthwhile. And P.S. Prince at Kevin Prince Boateng, you better look after our little brother. So he is basically praising himself for making this deal done. But I think the way that the agent made Liverpool sell Bobby Duncan is hugely disrespectful, controversial. I would even go as far as to say it's quite disgraceful to blame mental health and to complain about a small salary, and I'm quoting the agent here, when Bobby Duncan was earning about £10,000 per week. I think it's a really way out of the mark, way off the mark, and also that's not how Liverpool conduct their business. And I really hope that Liverpool will never ever have to deal with this agent again, because in my opinion the agent got into Bobby Duncan's head, saying that he needs playing time. And yes, there has been some good examples of young English players going to another league and making it, like Jadon Sancho went to Dortmund and he really became a superstar there. Ademola Lookman went to, I think, Leipzig in the Bundesliga, and he also became a very good player there. But I think for Bobby Duncan to go to Fiorentina, I'm not sure he is good enough for Fiorentina's first team. I will be honest. At the moment, he's nowhere near good enough to play for Liverpool's first team. I mean, Ryan Brewster is ahead of him in the pecking order, and he still has a lot to learn, a lot to develop, both physically. But I think his attitude and his mentality needs to change as well. Because if you have this mentality that you need to have everything as 18 years old, playing for Liverpool's first team and getting a big wage, I think you are deluded. You need to work your way up and you need to prove yourself season after season. And Jurgen Klopp was prepared to give Bobby Duncan opportunities. I'm sure that he would have featured in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, but it wasn't enough for him. And after, Bobby Duncan scored that dream goal against Tranmere Rovers on his debut for Liverpool's first team, and what has followed in the last 4 weeks has been horribly unsatisfactory, and it has ended with Duncan sealing a move to Fiorentina. Liverpool thought that Fiorentina's first offer was really derisory, because it was just a loan with no commitments to buy and no penalties if they didn't give him any game time. So basically Liverpool said no to that loan offer, and that is what probably triggered the agent in making that really controversial statement, which he got a lot of heat about from Liverpool's Twitter, and also probably Liverpool weren't happy with that as well, because you shouldn't air that out in public, especially if it is concerning an 18-year-old player who has struggled with mental health issues, according to the agent. So that's not how you go about the business at all. So the new offer of Fiorentina of £2 million plus a 20% sell-on clause made financial sense, and it also suited all parties. It suited Liverpool because we can get rid of a player who could disrupt the dressing room if he plays in the first team with his attitude, and also we don't want the agent being anywhere near Liverpool Football Club. And also it is hoped that Bobby Duncan will fulfill his potential in Italy, but he has a lot of training and a lot of improving to do. The claims that were made about his mental health last week were extremely serious, and Liverpool certainly didn't treat them lightly. But people wonder what Saif Ruby, the agent and the PR man who issued this inflammatory statement on Twitter about Duncan, the agent who have brokered this deal, how does he feel about the situation that has led a young man to leave his boyhood club? And basically this ended the dream for Bobby Duncan to make it at Liverpool. And with a different attitude and with a lot more patience, Bobby Duncan could have become a Liverpool first team player, because for Ryan Brewster, for Trent Alexander-Arnold and for other young players, the pathway was and is open to the first team. Jurgen Klopp himself said in pre-season that the door is open for the young players, but they have to make the steps to go through them. So Jurgen Klopp can't just put the young players in blindly in a competitive game. They have to show it in training that they are good enough, and they have to show it in their attitude that they have the right attitude to become a proper Liverpool first team player. And Trent Alexander-Arnold has done the necessary steps to become a Liverpool player, and Bobby Duncan has not. His attitude is not right. And also it's no wonder that Bobby Duncan is not with any England youth teams right now, so he's not good enough for either the England under 19s or under 20s or under 21s. But you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to tell that Bobby Duncan have been told by the agent probably that he should be at a higher level than Liverpool's under 23s, and Liverpool have handled him badly, standing in the way of his dreams. So probably the agent got in the head of Bobby Duncan and basically talked him into making this really big statement and trying to force Liverpool's hand to sell Bobby Duncan, because Liverpool didn't really want to sell Bobby Duncan. We wanted to give him more time, and being Steven Gerrard's cousin, we wanted him to become a proper Liverpool player. We can only hope that Bobby Duncan develops in Florence, and most importantly, he's happy and healthy, and mentally he's all right. But what we also know is that he still has a long way to go to really become a top player, even in the Serie A. To become a starting striker for Fiorentina, he needs to improve a lot. So at the moment, I don't think he's ready for the big stage. I don't think he's ready for the Serie A, but we shall wait and see. And I will follow Fiorentina and see whether Bobby Duncan gets into the squad in the recent months and years. I wish him all the best, but how he left Liverpool, I have a very bad taste in my mouth because of that. And this is what just some of the Liverpool fans said when Bobby Duncan did his farewell message on Instagram. So I quote some Liverpool fans here. "You are an impatient brat that possibly ruined your career so early. Ryan Brewster has no worries filling your boots, lad." Wow, that's very harsh, but yeah, I kind of agree that he ruined his career, because will Bobby Duncan get another opportunity to make it at a big club like Liverpool? I don't think so. Another Liverpool fan said this: "You should have stayed, Bobby. You were going to be a prodigy here. Now you will just be an okay one at best. People are killing for the opportunity to join Liverpool, and you just passed on a great opportunity and privilege. Enjoy a mediocre career with your mediocre club." Yes, we can't say for certain that Bobby Duncan will have a mediocre career, but being at Fiorentina, it's definitely a chance for Bobby Duncan to prove himself and to just try to force himself into. It's an opportunity for Bobby Duncan to force himself into the Fiorentina first team, but it won't be the same, because he's a boyhood Liverpool fan, and nothing beats playing for your boyhood club, and even training for your boyhood club and playing in pre-season. I don't think he will get the same buzz at Fiorentina, even if he makes it into the first team. So I will be following his progress, but this feels like a very bad ending to his Liverpool career, that's for sure. And also, it has been confirmed that Ryan Kent was sold to Rangers on a permanent deal. He signed a 4-year contract. The transfer fee is 6 million, and it could rise to 7.5 million pounds if the bonuses is met. So that leaves Liverpool with a total of 53.2 million pounds in transfer fees that Liverpool collected this summer, offloading players who weren't really in the first team. So Danny Ings was sold to Southampton permanently for 18 million, which could rise to 20 million with bonuses. Ryan Kent, 6 million, rising to 7.5 million. Mignolet was sold to Club Brugge for 6.5 million, which could rise to 8 million. Rafa Camacho was sold to Sporting for 5 million, which could be 7 million with bonuses. Ejaria was sold for 3 million, rising to 3.5 million, and Bobby Duncan for 1.8 million, which could rise to 2 million. Loan fees for Wilson, 2.5 million. For Grujic, 2 million. For Avoni, who was loaned to a Bundesliga club, for 600,000 pounds, and also Johnston was sold for 300,000. So for Liverpool to offload the deadwood players and get more than 50 million pounds is a remarkable transfer business. And I think this just shows that Liverpool has come a long way in the last few years under Jurgen Klopp. We don't sell players now on a cheap. We don't let players run down their contracts, except Emre Can. But I think Liverpool learned even from that experience as well. And Ryan Kent, who told Rangers he was very, very delighted to be back at Rangers. I think it's a good move for him because he just wasn't good enough to play in Liverpool's first team, even though he showed a lot of promise and a lot of good signs in pre-season. Let's be honest, is he as good as Shaqiri or even Origi or Ryan Brewster? I'm not sure. Definitely not as good as Shaqiri and Origi. And Ryan Kent needs to play. It wasn't sensible to loan him out again because no club didn't really wanted to take him on loan. Liverpool even said that they want to sell him permanently. So at the moment, what Liverpool did is lower their asking price to actually afford to let Rangers afford Ryan Kent, because £6.5 million is not a lot, but for Rangers and their transfer budget, it's quite a big money move. And Liverpool wanted at first like 12 million for Ryan Kent, but that wasn't realistic. Nobody would want to pay that. So Rangers got a good player, and Ryan Kent was a huge success at Rangers, and I think he's in good hands at Steven Gerrard. This is what Ryan Kent said. It has been quite a long summer. A lot of things could have potentially happened, but I am delighted to be here. I won't lie, it has been incredibly tough over the summer, but I am mentally a strong person, as it is anyway. I knew if I kept myself correct, something good would happen soon, and I have been ticking over, keeping myself to myself, and this has happened now, and I'm over the moon. I got a feel for what it was to be a Rangers player. I felt there was unfinished business from last year, and I'm hoping to put that right. He's probably referring to Rangers not being able to win any trophies because Celtic again did a clean sweep and won all the domestic trophies in Scotland. And this is a much needed boost for Rangers, who lost at home to Celtic 2-0 in the big Old Firm derby. And Steven Gerrard was quite devastated after that game because last season Rangers beat Celtic at home a few times. So this season they couldn't beat Celtic, and I think this makes Celtic even bigger favourites for the Scottish Premier League title. But Rangers made some good transfers, and I think Gerrard still has 1 or 2 years to really finish the rebuilding job of Rangers and try to challenge for the Scottish Premier League title. They will challenge this season, but I'm not sure if they are ready to win the title again after, like, this could be the 10th year, I think, where Celtic win the title 10 years in a row, which was unthinkable 10 years ago, but when Rangers won a lot of titles in a row as well. So why did Rangers want Ryan Kent back, you might ask? Well, he was selected in the Scottish Premier League player of the tournament team of the season, and Gerrard spoke very fondly of Kent during last season, and throughout the summer he tried to get Ryan Kent, but on a permanent deal or either on loan, but Liverpool didn't lower their asking price enough. But Ryan Kent was a big player for Rangers. He has experience now in the Europa League. Rangers went on a good run in the Europa League, and also Ryan Kent scored quite a few goals in the Scottish League, and I think that's his level. I don't think Ryan Kent is good enough for the Premier League right now, but he's still a young player, and maybe one day he can come back to the Premier League. He's 22 years old, he still has room to grow. He had 40 appearances last season with Rangers. There is no way that he would play anywhere near that amount at Liverpool. So I think it's best for all parties that Ryan Kent left the club. So good luck to him, and good luck to Bobby Duncan as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Goodbye.